Look. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Now these guys don't normally bite as a first defense. They normally flick hairs. And she was flicking hairs. Let's just block that hole.
The barbed hairs are designed to irritate a predator's skin, eyes and lungs.
Those hairs are extremely irritating. I'm going to cough. Don't let me cough. Because if I cough, she'll get a fright. I'm desperately trying not to cough at the moment. Okay, it's gone. Thank God for that. These guys have inch-long fangs. And you really don't want that in your finger. Oh dear. Do not cough. But you see how incredibly beautiful she is. She moves serenely. Well, oh, she jumped. There we are. I'm going to try and get her back in the box, only because I want to see how heavy she is. After which, we will bring her back to her hole here. I got to get back. It's flicked the hairs, and they were in the clouds, and it's gone on my face, gone up my arm, inside my arms. It's gone up this arm. I've actually inhaled some of them, so I'm coughing, which of course shows what an effective way of putting off enemies it is. You know, you don't need inch-long fangs if you can make somebody twitch and itch all over. Ah!
Early next morning, Steve and Phil are trawling the shallows by camp.
These ones. We have around a dozen species right here. These are all related to tetras. This is called the Caricidium. Here's a cichlid.
Oh, yes.
Popular in the aquarium trade. Oh, I think we have something interesting here. This, I think, is a brand new species.
No way!
Undescribed.
How do you know? Just by looking at it?
Well, because I've worked on the Guyana shield before in different countries, and I've seen fish similar to this in the same genus, but this is looking very different. So we'll try to get some more, make some more comparisons, but I think we have a brand new species of science right here.
No way!
Really?
And all that hard work finally paid dividends.
Right here, right by camp.
Great
right
stuff.
with all the piranhas and everything else. But this is a very small area, about 10 feet wide.
Yeah.
Caught a dozen species. That just exemplifies how high the biodiversity is here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we got another one.
Woohoo!
2.
Great stuff. I've got to get this into the aquarium.
Yeah, thank you.
All the indications are that this area is completely undisturbed. Never fished, never hunted, and its ancient trees intact. In the 21st century, that makes it a rare rainforest indeed.
Oh, come on, baby. I want to weigh you, that's all. Now, come on, be nice. Just go in this bag. There you go. Oh.
George's giant tarantula has spent the night in the lab, and he's taking its vital statistics before releasing it.
Just feeling her in my hand, she feels about the weight of a small spiny rat. Now, that's 85 grams. That's a good size. This is an amazing place. All the animals here are just huge. I mean, it is a land of giants. You've got giant plants, giant otters, giant spiders, giant this, giant that. You know, and this being the world's biggest spider species, for me, is an enormous thrill. An absolutely enormous thrill.
No way!
Another animal has come into camp.
I mean, somebody said there was a vulture here. I thought it was just on the tree. No. How long's he been here?
Just 5 minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah.
The reason that vultures have a bald head is because they feed on smelly, rotting carcasses. And if they had feathers in their head, it would just completely matted up with rotting flesh and blood and guts. So they've evolved to have a completely bald head, so it's more manageable. You know, vultures never wake up with a bad hair day or a bad feather day. This system is working like a treat. We've got live pictures coming from 2 very different species of birds. That is just incredible how quickly these chicks are growing. This is all flight preparation, really, making sure that the feathers are all in order. Before too long, they're going to realise exactly what these wings are for, and they're going to flutter out.
In just a few days, Gordon's surveillance cameras have recorded a whole variety of animals that live in and around camp. So far, most of the expedition has been focused on a small area of forest. But across the border in neighboring Venezuela, Steve has another challenge.
Where Guyana meets Venezuela and Brazil, there's a remarkable range of mountains called the Guyana Shield.
Some are totally unexplored.
The tops of the mountains are isolated from the forest below, so anything that lives up there, plants or animals, is exactly like it's on an island. It's growing completely isolated from everything below. And that's our mountain. Look at that!
Steve's aim as a climber is to be the first to scale Mount Epuigma. His aim as a naturalist is to discover what lives at the top.
Nobody has climbed this mountain before. It's absolutely certain we would be the first people to place our hands on that rock.
To reach the top, Steve will have to push himself if he is to succeed. Joining him are two of the best rock climbers in the world, John Aaron and Ivan Calderon. Tim Fogg is the rope safety expert.
The few biologists that have got on top of these, they're called tapuis, these mountains, have found new species of plants and animals. And that's what we're hoping to find. That was a hairy landing.
A football field in a tiny Venezuelan village is the only place to land.
Hola. Buenos dias. Hola. This is one of the most beautiful villages I've ever seen. This mountain up here is Acapan. It looks just like a fortress, like a child would draw a fortress. And then looming over from the other side is our mountain, Epuigma. Look at that. What a place to live.
There's a 20-mile trek before they can even think about climbing. Their destination, Mount Epuigma. Villagers call it the castle.
What is it, man?
In camp, there's a commotion. Yet another animal has been spotted.
You see the thing moving there? In between the hole there? Look, yeah.
It's helped itself to food from the kitchen before disappearing into the trees. Gordon has grabbed another of his cameras and is on the case.
This is the scene of the crime.
He wants to catch the raider red-handed.
It has walked through the kitchen, so there's obviously something in there that it liked. It's quite appropriate that we're using this camera to catch a thief, because that's kind of what they were designed for, observing people stealing stuff. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good.
The trap's set for the mystery animal, but Gordon's taken his eye off the ant wrens.
Thanks, Luke. Getting on. The chicks are gone. The nest is just here.
The chicks have either flown the nest or been eaten.
Just can't believe that they've gone of their own accord. And I'm just hoping it's not something more sinister. And the adults are stressed. There's one of the chicks right here, just in here. I thought it was the adult, it was the female. It just bobbed down. Lost sight of it.
First he sees one chick, and then the other.
Brilliant. Well, that's a very different chick from when we first met.
Against all the odds, the chicks have made it.